Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready now, go, back, go, but don't.
Getting exercise may seem to be the point, but at the Sherbrooke Care Home in Saskatoon, the real goal is a smile.
Blue suede shoes, blue suede shoes.
Down the hall is Sylvia. She's off exercising her freedom. And for this dementia patient, that comes with risk.
Oh, here we are.
Amid the hugs with her nurse May, a recognition that Sylvia is prone to falling, wears protective headgear, but isn't prevented from wandering.
In some homes, they would just say, if you're at risk of falling.
Yes. Oh no, we
Just get in
let
the
our
chair.
residents live at risk.
What does that mean, live at risk?
Let them live their life according to how they want to live. Like, we can't save them from injury, you know, but at least they're living their life. And being happy.
Being happy.
Yeah. Right? Let's play some music.
Elsewhere, Sylvia might be locked down for her own safety, kept from walking far, possibly even sedated.
We have still Christmas here.
Here, though, living a more fulfilling life is just as important as mitigating the risks.
Well, you know what? I know the
For the CEO, Sue Ellen Beattie, risk goes hand in hand with independence.
Okay, you good? Traditionally, the philosophies that have been used in long-term care have been kind of patriarchal, where we say we know what's best for you, and we really focus on the human body and make sure, you know, everybody's up and washed and dressed and fed and all of these things. But the bulk of suffering for people who are frail or disabled is really due to a malaise of the spirit, to the loneliness, the helplessness, and the boredom. And yes, all those things for the body are important, but you can't neglect the human spirit.
Our first red wine.
Ultimately, that's about choice. What to participate in,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
when to wake up, whether to go outside or not.
That's probably a good idea.
It is more restrictive in the neighborhoods where dementia residents live, but even then, it's there to allow for the greatest level of personal choice possible.
Hi, Craig.
When Sherbrooke was last renovated, most of the rooms became private, and residents were allowed to bring in pets.
She's a rescue from Los Angeles.
There's quite a few now.
No food. You have to wait.
Elizabeth, who sees herself as an introvert, especially likes that Sherbrooke feels more like a home than many other long-term care facilities.
What are the little things that make it a home for you?
Being able to decorate the room the way I want. Having a cat. Most care homes, I don't think, allow pets, and that makes it very special. Don't you think?
This is bentonite, so this is one of the first chemicals we put in the wine.
And all this done with an average budget. This is no millionaire's club. Sherbrooke has the same number of staff as many places of its size.
Salad and homemade pizza for lunch.
Mealtimes can be small affairs, prepared in an ordinary kitchen for those who live right around it.
Knock, knock, Winnie. Are you ready for some lunch? Whether it be their meals or their daily activities, from getting up in the morning or going to bed at night, it's all about choices here at Sherbrooke. It is ready.
Carrie Prodall works here. She's not moved around from floor to floor. These are her people. They know her.
Coffee, maybe?
She knows them.
Or juice.
And Carrie's worked in other homes, but never like this.
Ready for your other one? Yeah. Okay, here we go. We came into the city and I never thought I'd find a place to work where it was so home-like, but Sherbrooke really has been that for me. It's just a happy place to be.
That doesn't mean it's problem-free. Last year, this man with dementia wandered away. And Sherbrooke acknowledges greater freedom comes with greater risks.
I got a little bit of apple juice to help you.
Some families complain about insufficient activities for dementia patients. And resident-on-resident violence, a growing trouble for care homes nationwide, remains an issue here.
Do you feel that you're immune at all to some of the things that are experienced at other homes where resident-on-resident violence in some cases, or resident-on-staff violence? Do you have immunity to that here?
No, absolutely we don't, but we do something very specific to avoid that. We don't force people to do things they don't want to do. So imagine that you're confused, you have dementia, and I want to make you do something that you think is unsafe for you. You're probably going to fight me, right? Mm-hmm. You're trying to protect yourself most of the time. And then the other thing is, if we put you with somebody else who's confused as well, we could have an altercation.
So it's not as if you have a utopia here. There are things that are lacking and wanting.
Do you know, real life is not utopia. And we're living real life here, and it's hard. And if you can imagine people coming at a point in their lives where things have sometimes fallen apart. Nobody wants to come to a care home, but what we have tried to do is say, you know, when you come, we're going to look for well-being for you.
The next phase at Sherbrooke is in some ways being pioneered by residents like Alice. She chooses to live amongst those with dementia, but does not have the condition herself.
When you see the people that you live with, what do you think it is here that helps them have a good life?
I think it's just people being kind to them and treating them like ordinary people, you know, like they're good people.
Everybody goes, roll out the bell.
While this approach to care isn't for everyone, for Sylvia, Alice, and Elizabeth, there is no place like this home. David Common, CBC News, Saskatoon.